Juan is a 47-year-old man. His current weight is unknown and his life is about to tip the scale. He describes his life as nothing but a living hell. Getting out of bed every morning is always a struggle for him. The crazy part is, he never saw himself getting this fat. Will his transformation be iconic? Let's find out. His weight loss story begins like this.
The mobility issues that I have today are nothing that I ever expected when I was younger. I just never envisioned being here at this size. There's never a time when I'm not in extreme pain.
You can honestly tell he doesn't like the fact that he is this big. One can only imagine the struggle he faces every morning. He says that the pains he feels when he walks are sometimes unbearable, and most times it feels impossible to walk. That's sad, really. At least he tries to walk, so that's good.
I'm dependent upon people to help me dress, and I really hate that. Currently, I live with my sister and my nephew and my niece. I've been living with my sister off and on since losing mobility.
It's only normal that his family members have a little guilt in their hearts. Juan's brother says that he is concerned about his health and the rate at which he is gaining weight. I'm just glad that his family wants to be there and always help him out with the things he can't do.
When he wants something, he's real persistent. So I don't like it, but to come to the grip that this is what's gonna happen. You put the chair at the table, Juan.
For a second, let's forget the fact that Juan likes to eat like he wants to explode the next day. His mom actually does take care of him. Anytime he tells her that he wants to eat anything, she's always ready to prepare the meal for him. But on the long run, that's not going to be good.
Hearing my mother cry and, every boy want to be able to protect their mother. So because we were so young, we couldn't do anything about it. I felt angry a lot. I felt sad. I don't know why, but
Man, I can't imagine how hard that must have been for him while growing up. Juan says that his dad used to maltreat his mother. Being so young, there was nothing he could do about the situation. The only way out for him was to eat, and that helped him forget about the situation. That must have been very traumatic.
Within 2 years. Hey, before you sit, can you grab me a bottle of water? Please, thank you. I was always musically inclined, doing piano keyboard lessons. When I graduated high school, I've been afforded chances to be a part of groups and choirs who was doing things, traveling, having events.
5 to 10 meals in one day? Wow, that's actually a lot of food if we're being honest. But can we really blame him? All his life, the only way he knew how to deal with things was to eat as much as he could. I'm sure he hates his dad for making him this way.
Which led me into, now being a pastor myself. But then somewhere along the way, my increasing weight began to affect my mobility until one day I fell and it was hell getting me up.
I'm glad he made that decision. Apparently, there was a time where he had a bad fall and he couldn't get himself to stand again. Thankfully, his brother was with him, and he was able to help him out. Since that day, he told himself he would never stay alone again, and that seems to have been a really good decision.
Crawfish rice, shrimp rice, mac and cheese, something.
Okay, let me move this out the way.
These days, my health is worse than it's ever been. And most of the times, it's a real strain for me to leave the house. So I try and avoid it, with the exception of grocery shopping.
Ha ha! I'm not going to lie. For a second there, I thought he wasn't going to fit into the car. If he can fit into the car, he definitely has a good chance of getting better and working on his weight. He just needs to make the decision to want to work on himself.
Having instances where I feel like I might stroke out.
Mac and cheese. That's what it's getting harder for him to move around and to do the things that he would like to do. And now he's gotten to the point where he's disgusted.
That's very encouraging to hear for real. Juan's mother says that he is at a point in his life where he is disgusted by himself. She says that he is at a point where he can't do almost anything for himself, and she is honestly scared for her son. That's definitely something no mother ever wants to go through. At least she believes in her son.
Push him in the right direction and assist him instead of assisting them in doing all the wrong things, assisting them in doing the right things.
I know I can't live forever at this size. My physical body is breaking down on me. I hate it. I just know that I have to make some changes.
Finally, the sentence we've all been waiting to hear. John finally decides that he needs to put his life in the right direction. He tells himself that he needs help and is ready to do better for his health. That's really good. The question now is if he really has what it takes to be better. Let's find out.
And he helps them to find a healthy way to live. Because I'm admitting to myself and others, I no longer have my hands on the wheel like I should. It's gonna be a long drive, that it will be unpleasant. This is a route that I know pretty well because we lived in Houston after Hurricane Katrina. And
Trust me, Juan, we feel the same way. After packing up his bags, he says that the trip is something he is scared of. He feels like his body is not going to handle the stress, and that makes him worried. What matters is that he is making the effort to see Dr. Now.
I heard that he's, rather strict, but, I'm okay with it, Hopefully he'll commit to taking me on as a patient. My health is declining. There's no one to blame but me.
You can step on the scale whenever you're ready.
Okay. So if I want to live, I know I have to make the necessary changes.
Seems like Juan is scared at this point. He makes it to the hospital and checks his weight. Apparently, he weighs 672 pounds, and he is scared that Dr. Now is not going to be able to help him get better. Let's find out what the doc thinks about his situation.
And follow that and try to lose weight and to the point that surgery is going to be safe for you. We're going to do a follow-up with you in 2 months. And I want you to lose 70 pounds by then and show me you're going to be able to do this.
Oh, he can say that again. Dr. Now is definitely the real deal. John finally gets to meet the doc, and apparently his meetup goes really well. Dr. Now wants him to lose 70 pounds in 2 months. If he meets that target, he is going to be approved for weight loss surgery.
Yeah, just, the right amount, fat-free.
Yes.
It's been a couple weeks since I saw Dr. Now, and I've already made a lot of changes to my life and my diet, so I can try to reach his goals that he set for me to lose weight.
I see why his mother never lost faith in him. It's been a few weeks since they met up with Dr. Now, and Juan has been sticking to the diet. The best part about the whole thing is that his mother is working with him to get better. Isn't that amazing?
Even when it feels like I'm too tired.
You gotta hold the ball. Yeah, you gotta hold the ball.
It's for inside.
You gotta do this.
No,
This is outside and inside.
no, bruh. And too much pain to do exercise.
Wow, who knew Juan could actually do all of this? Look at him eating healthy and playing basketball with his nephew. It might not be easy for him, but it's good to see him put in the work. I'm happy he has such a supportive family.
Before I was 627, and the doctor told me to lose 70 pounds in 2 months. So if I did that, I'll be 557 or less.
Your weight today is 618. Please go to room 5.
That's short. I'm not feeling too good about that.
Damn, that's honestly so sad. Juan put in so much effort into trying to meet his target, and after checking his weight, he lost only 9 pounds. Let's hope the doc isn't too harsh on him because he did put in the work.
So we get you to talk to nutritionists to understand what's good and what to do with your eating habit. And
Great.
they go over all the stuff that you used to
Great.
eat and help you with that.
That's
okay?
great.
And you too?
If you ask me, I'll say that went well, better than I expected. Dr. Now sees that Juan is putting in a lot of effort into losing weight, and so he decides to give me a second chance and see if he can meet his target weight this time.
Body, mind, and spirit. I really need this. Last time I was 577, and it was the same goal to lose 70 pounds over 2 months.
Step on the scale whenever you're ready.
So if I did that, I'll be right there at 500 pounds.
Your weight today is 505.
Phew, finally. I was scared for a second. 9 months have gone by, and John finally gets back to the hospital. He checked his weight, and he has been able to bring his weight down to 505 pounds. Trust me, it was not an easy journey, but he pulled through. Dr. Now is definitely going to be proud of his progress.
Let's schedule you for a few months from now. What I need to see from you that you just keep going in the right direction and lose at least 10 pounds each month until your surgery, okay?
Yeah, I can do that easily.
You think you can do that?
100% I can do that, no problem.
Deshaun is the oldest of his siblings, but sadly, they are the ones who do everything for him. He is 28 years old and he has no idea what he weighs. He hates waking up in his body every morning because it feels like a nightmare. Can Dr. Now help him get better? Let's find out. His journey starts like this.
There's never a time when I'm not in extreme pain, just pain, throughout my entire body. It's hard for me to walk a few steps. My limitations are extreme. I want to be hygienic, and for the most part, I can make.
Man, you can even see it in his facial expression when he asks his sister to help him out. He hates that he has to do it, but he doesn't have much of a choice. At least he has a sister who is happy to help him when he needs help. That's really good. Damn.
I live with my mom, 2 sisters and 1 brother. So now I'm stuck in this situation where I'm the oldest out of 4, but my younger siblings taking care of me. Diamond. Towel.
Actual towel.
Sucker washer.
Gotcha.
My sister Diamond, we argue, fight like any other siblings. She's in her own little world, I'm in mine.
That one's mine. Okay.
Did she just say she has watched him go months without touching water? Wow. Now it makes sense why she helps him out with having his bath and cleaning his body. Nobody wants a smelling big brother in the house. He is really lucky to have a sister that cares about him.
Oh, it's stuck. Helping bathe him. It's kind of tough. It's kind of awkward. Come on, get close with me. I'm not washing up my mom or my dad. I'm washing up my big brother.
Haba, I can't believe his mom just said that. Deshaun's mom says that Deshaun is the very spoiled one because after she gave birth to him, it took her 5 more years before she had his siblings. Best believe she gave him anything he wanted as a child. Wow, Deshaun must really dislike his stepdad.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah, Ma.
I'm coming in.
Okay.
How you feeling today?
All right.
That's good. Diamond done woke me up. It's time for breakfast. Whew. What you been doing?
Nothing. Chilling.
Diamond got smelling good in there.
That's a good start. Doctor now sends a physiotherapist down to Deshaun's house to help me move around and get his leg working properly. So far, it seems like he is doing a great job, and the physiotherapist can testify to that. If he keeps it up, he just meets his cut for weight loss surgery. Jeez.
She cared about me and loved me. A couple of years later, the stepdad came in the picture. That's when it started to get worse. I did not get along with my stepdad at all. With my stepdad, he used to call me slow, dumb, fat. So I was focused on my friends and not him, staying out the house.
That's not good. Apparently, Deshaun is having relapses and he isn't eating properly. Dr. Now is concerned that his family members are not doing enough and they enable him to eat unhealthy food. Dr. Now hopes to speak to them and get them to do better for Deshaun.
All right, any more chips?
No. You around any sweets?
They got lemon cake.
Let me see. Oh.
That's the lemon cake, and this one's the Mississippi.
Might as well get both.
All right, we about to go grab the ice cream and pretty much be heading out.
Can you grab cookies and cream?
There's only one left, so it's getting the big one and the small one. That's it.
All right. Most of my days I spent eating. I don't believe I can change. I'm hoping I can.
I'm not even going to lie. Getting Deshaun to get out of bed is not going to be easy. Dr. Now gets him a psychiatrist, hoping that his mindset will be better. From the looks of it, Deshaun seems to be very uninterested in doing anything, and that's really sad.
Well, I've been big my whole life, so I don't know. Everything I tried don't work. I tried exercising, I tried dieting, and nothing really helps. I lose like 5 to 10 pounds, but it comes right back.
Looks like I was right. Deshaun ends his session with the psychiatrist, and when one of his family members asks him about it, he tells her that his stubbornness didn't allow him to open up. At least he acknowledges that he has a stubborn attitude. That's a good sign.
Here, coming socializing, like
It's hard to do stuff.
yeah, that's another thing I gotta do is get over that and start opening up more. Cause I mean, doing the little stuff I've been doing is kind of helping.
I agree with him. It's really cool to see him somewhere in the house that's not his bed. Deshaun might be ready to give it what it takes after all. Let's just hope he keeps working on himself and tries to stay positive.
For something to eat. But I hear you're refusing to go with the transport to the clinic today. So what's going on?
Because I don't have my shoes yet.
You waiting for your shoes?
Yeah,
Okay, so when you gonna have those shoes?
sometime soon.
You don't know when?
Either today, tomorrow, or by Monday.
Okay, so if I set up another appointment for local clinic next week, you think you'll be ready for that?
It's always so good when the doc tells his patients that he is proud of the efforts they're putting in to get better. Looks like Deshaun has found a way to be on Dr. Now's good side, which is amazing. Can he keep up with this behavior?
I thought he quit 4 months ago when he refused to go to a local clinic. I got more optimistic when he answered one of my calls and agreed to at least start PT again. But after one more session he quit again, and now he's not picking up any more calls from me, and I have appeared to be blocked.
Every day, Karen seems to lose more of her ability to move around. She has gotten so fat that walking around her house seems like an impossible task for her to do. With the doc's help, she hopes that she can do better for herself and her health. Her story starts off like this.
Because of my size, I never really know when I go to bed if that's going to be the last time. So it's very hard to sleep when I have different thoughts racing through my head.
I don't think you need me to tell you that Karen goes through a lot. Just walking to the bathroom feels like she's about to break her back. Let's not forget the fact that she feels like anytime she goes to bed, it might be her last day on earth. It's sad that she has to feel this way.
I live with my children. I have a son and a daughter, twins. My kids are everything to me. It's humiliating for me having to ask my daughter to help. Amber, hey, you get the shower and put my shower chair in there as well.
Karen is lucky to have a daughter like her. Karen's daughter says that she would prefer that her mom asks her for help rather than doing it by herself and getting hurt. She even says that her mom apologizes, but she really doesn't mind. There is no doubt that she loves her mother.
Suddenly I feel like I can't breathe or my chest is tight. The fact that I'm winded just walking from my bedroom to the bathroom is not good. I'm supposed to take medicine for anxiety, but I haven't been to an appointment in a while, so no medications right now.
Wow, that is a lot. Karen says that she has asthma and is also on medication for anxiety. She says that she hasn't been to her doctor's appointment in a while, and so she's slacking on her meds for anxiety. That's not good. What happens when she starts to work with Dr. Now?
Food as a security blanket. There was at an age where I was given an assignment, I didn't understand it, and the person who was in charge of helping me with my homework, they beat me like really bad. Actually, I was only in kindergarten when that happened, but it was pretty bad.
Ish. That explains why food is her coping mechanism. She explains that while she was young, there was no time for feelings. She had no one to talk to, and the best way for her to deal with her problems was to run to food. Her childhood must have been very rough.
It's kind of like an unspoken secret. We don't talk about it, but I think it's just because they're blinded by their love for me and the fact that, you know, I still do things. They don't realize how bad it is. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
That has to be the cutest thing ever. Her son says that his mom is his everything. She is the nicest person to him on the planet, and that's why they are very close. It's also really good to see that Karen takes walks. They might not be long distances, but she puts in the effort to do them.
My appointment with Dr. Now,
Are you doing it in here or in your room, the dining room?
No, I'm gonna have it right over here. That's why I want to straighten up so I can make the area clear.
Okay.
I'm gonna get it all ready for when it's time.
That's a great first step, and I'm glad she's doing that. Karen wanted to pay the doc a visit, but she had panic attacks and couldn't make it. Rather than giving up, she decided to talk to him through her laptop. I love a patient who will do anything to get better. Dr. Now is definitely going to like her.
To go to and check your weight so we can monitor your progress and see where we are. Because if you don't do that, moving too soon is going to be a problem for you. Weight loss surgery cannot become an option.
Okay.
So you think you can do that?
Yes, I know I can.
We can all agree on that. She can't remain in the same place and expect that her situation is going to get any better. If she wants to be healthier for her kids, she needs to put in the work, and that for sure is not going to be easy.
Well, that's not really going to help me though, Amber, so...
I'm just saying, surgery's dangerous.
I know what you're saying, and I hear you. Believe me, I do. I'm having my first telemedicine call with a therapist tomorrow, so I'm going to take it easy for the rest of the day and go to bed early tonight.
So far, Karen has been doing everything right. She's been eating less food. She's also cut down on foods that have high calories. Now she's having her first telemedicine call with her therapist, and she seems pretty excited for it. She might be off to a good start after all.
Deserves a walk around the block. Even if it's a short goal, just to the end of the street and back, don't retreat when your anxiety jacks up.
That definitely went well. With the smile on her face, we can all agree that she enjoyed talking to the therapist. I can't be the only one who has that feeling that Karen is going to do pretty well with her weight loss journey. But let's get ahead of ourselves.
I'm sorry, Bismo, I can't.
Bismo, come on, honey. Come on, baby. I'm so sorry. I can't do this. Come on.
When I first tried to go out, it was overwhelming and I couldn't do it. I knew I wasn't going to be able to go and do it.
Come on, boy. Come on, let's go.
It just was not a good experience, so...
Even her daughter noticed that her mom was faster than lightning with her walk. She tried to take her dogs for a walk, and for some reason, she wasn't able to stay out for long. At least on the bright side, she stepped out of the house, so that's a good sign.
Have to move down to Houston.
I do, and I'm going to get to a point where I can do that because I am committed to turning my life around.
Okay, in the meantime, we need to set up an appointment, somebody come to you and get some basic tests and check your weight. Are you going to be able to do that?
At least we know that Dr. Now is still with her. Karen missed her appointment with the doc, and she explained to him that she had an anxiety attack. She promises the doctor that she's going to keep trying and will come to see him soon. To me, that's still progress. That doesn't sound too difficult. Dr. Now gets someone to check Karen's weight, and she weighs 604 pounds. She did lose some weight, but sadly is still on the high side. Dr. Now wants her to lose 50 pounds in 2 months. Can she do it?
I wouldn't say freaked out, but she definitely was a bit shaky, anxious, nervous. It felt off. I'm not used to seeing her act like that. Well, you can call, can't you? I don't know. I'm just gonna have to go back home and I'll just call when I get home.
I don't know what this means. I was hoping I was going to be ready for this, but I'm not.
Honestly, I'm proud of her. Karen is finally able to get out of her house. She beats her anxiety and is finally ready to see Dr. Now in person. I really hope she makes the trip and she can carry on with her weight loss journey.
Well, just be encouraged. Keep working hard at it, okay?
Yeah. All right. I'm a little disappointed, but I'm glad I clearly lost some.
Hello.
Hi, Dr. Now.
Hi, Karen. Well, what is your weight?
It was 604.
Well, that didn't go as expected. On her way to see the doc, Karen got cold feet. She feels like she's not ready to meet him and decides that she needs to lose more weight before she sees the doc. Could she be doing the right thing?
Because I know I'm doing really well. I feel that the scale wasn't accurate because the nurse had a hard time zeroing out the weights. I just want to prove to Dr. Now that I'm going to lose the goal that he gave me to lose so I can show him that I'm serious about it.
I am glad that Karen is making progress, but the reality is she's not making nearly as much.
Well, he is not happy with her situation. Dr. Now says that Karen is not making as much progress as she thinks she is, and she needs to step if she really wants to make a major difference. Let's see if she can do that.
I appreciate that, but thank you. I have my own therapist I'm going to continue to work with.
Okay, well, I hope you do. And if you do start making better progress and you're able to go out and overcome your agoraphobia.
Crystal says food is a way of love and expression, but what she doesn't know is that the more she eats, the lesser her chances are of staying alive. Deep down, she knows she needs to change, but for her, it's difficult. Her story starts like this.
A bed, every single part of me hurt. It can be excruciating at times. Ankle pain, the back pain, the knee pain, but legs and feet are the worst. It's like being almost 80 years old and full of aches and pains. But instead of 80 years, it's only 36. I live with my husband and also a lot of family.
Lucky her. She has a husband who doesn't mind being here whenever she needs him. If I had to wake up with the number of body pains she mentioned, I would probably never wake up again. She's a strong woman, and there's no argument about that.
Crystal and I have been married for almost 2 years. Best decision of my life. Crystal is an amazing, strong, hardworking woman. Even despite the fact she has to deal with all the pain, all the weight, with all that, she can still hold her job, still work 40 hours a week or more, still come home, clean, cook, clean sheets, everything. So it's hard for her, but she gets the day done.
Even her husband appreciates the fact that she is a strong woman. He says that despite the fact that she weighs a lot, she still has a job and manages to do things in the house with a smile on her face. That's pretty impressive.
Here, put this on the table. So, my grandmother raised me. She was a very loving, very strict grandma, and she had a temper. Yeah, can you clean the table off and put the cheese back in the fridge? I was always anxious at home because I just did not want to provoke my grandmother. Food brought comfort because when I would eat...
I'm not gonna lie, it's nice to see that her big family gets along pretty well and loves to be around themselves. But let's be honest, that's a huge chunk of food on her plate. She really needs to stop eating that much.
When I ended up pregnant, it was a shock to the whole family. My daughter's father, he's 17 years my senior. The first time I had, intercourse is when I got pregnant. My grandmother at that point encouraged abortion, advocated for it, demanded it.
Wow. After hearing that, faulting her for loving food would just be unfair. Crystal says that when she got pregnant with her first child, her grandmother wanted her to take out the baby. She didn't, but the fact that her grandmother wanted that pushed her to a very dark place, and her way out of that place was food.
Because Crystal is an amazing friend. She's been there with me through a lot. I like to see Crystal happy. If the food makes her happy, whatever. Yeah, be good. You ready?
I'm ready. Come on.
It's truly remarkable that she carries herself the way she does. Most people who weigh this much can't even get up from the bed, but Crystal is very different. She doesn't allow her weight to get in the way of being an amazing mom.
It was a stressful ride.
Yeah, I bet.
Nervous.
Crystal?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm a little nervous because it's pretty intimidating to be meeting Dr. Now.
That's quite high. Crystal A and her family finally decide it's time to see the doctor. She gets to the hospital and checks her weight. She weighs 592 pounds and her face says it all. She doesn't like what she sees. Let's see what Dr. Now is going to say.
For her to start losing weight, he seems to want to motivate her to get healthy, and that should be a good influence on her. But ultimately, the only factor that is going to matter is her determination to make the changes. She needs to do this.
I've got my homework and I've got my work cut out for me, but
No beating around the bush with the doc. He tells her straight up that if she wants to get weight loss surgery, she needs to cut down some weight. The beautiful part is that Dr. Now is positive that her husband is going to be a huge positive influence on her weight loss journey.
Yeah, you just stay on the sides so whenever it's going, you don't...
Mark, this ain't my first time. Let's do this. Come on. Low would be the best.
I guess is that... Yeah, go ahead. Well, come on, you got this.
Okay.
Man.
Looks like the doc was actually right. Her husband is really helping her put in the work. They both work out together, and Crystal A looks like the happiest woman on the planet right now. Let's see if she can keep this up.
You got this side, you get the next.
I'm trying. It is a big effort. It is hard, but it's worth it to keep going.
Yeah. We did it once, we can do it again.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of Crystal. She's sticking with...
And just like that, she gets approved for weight loss surgery. It's no surprise if we're being honest. Right from the very start, she showed us that she is a very strong woman. It's good to see that all her hard work finally paid off.
And she should be able to lose 30 pounds in the first month, and then after 20 to 25 pounds each one, until she gets closer to her target weight. But a big step